Hey, I'm Jordan Rudess, and most people know me as the keyboardist for the band Dream Theater. My background is very much in classical piano, and after that I left the classical world to play synthesizers, but my focus has always been on the traditional piano keyboard. These days I've been very interested in alternative type controllers, and that's probably the reason that the people from C-Thru Music contacted me about presenting their new instrument, the AXiS 64. When I thought about the idea of presenting something like this, I thought it's very cool, but my question was, can I wrap my head around it and learn how to play it in time to do this video? And it's been a few months since I've had it. The story behind it is that I asked the people from C-Thru Music to please send me one so I could play it a little bit and evaluate it. And I thought, well, there's a chance that maybe I'll like it or maybe I won't. But after 2 hours of playing the instrument, I was feeling like this is totally awesome, and all the patterns really made sense to my mind. And the more I played it over the last couple months, the more the thing started to really seep in, to the point where I'd go to sleep at night and I'd actually be almost like dreaming about the various patterns, and I'd wake up the next day, I'd say, oh my God, you can do this, or you can do that. So I got really kind of involved in it, and I've been playing it now for a couple of months. And I'm here today just to talk to you about it and show you a whole nother way of thinking about the tonal system, and I'm very excited to be representing C-Thru Music and showing you this instrument. It's a very daring thing to change the nature of the piano layout, because really the way that we know the piano has been around for about 200 years. Even though before that they were playing around with having extra keys and doing different things with the scale, the way that we play it at this point is something that is so ingrained in all of our minds. So it takes something really substantial to kind of change that up. And the harmonic table, which the AXiS uses, is just that, really. For someone who is new to learning music, it's probably going to make a lot of sense, and maybe more sense than something like a piano keyboard. Personally, I've spent so many years playing all the different scales and different riffs in all the different keys that I kind of have a physical memory for how those scales are laid out. The problem with the piano keyboard is that every scale is actually played in a completely different way. Even if you're playing a simple major scale, if you play it in C major, it's one fingering. If you play it in E flat major, it's a totally different fingering. So you have to remember, like, what's the finger that I started the scale on? When did I change or turn my thumb under? It gets very complicated. With something like the AXiS, it's all based, as I said, on the harmonic table. And basically what that means is that it's very pattern-based. Anything that you play, if it's a major scale, a diminished scale, a whole tone scale, once you play it in one key, it's going to be exactly the same in any other key. The way that it's laid out is basically your vertical rows from top to bottom are all in fifths. So like if I played a C up here and played going down, it's all going to go down in perfect fifths. So any row. So the first thing that you'll notice is it makes it easier to play certain kinds of things that might not be as easy on a piano. I mean, it works the other way around as well. But the beauty of this instrument is that it makes so much sense harmonically. If you go up on a diagonal, for instance, if you go up to the right, you're going to have an augmented pattern. So if you start, let's say, on this low C and climb up, just going this way, it's going up in major thirds. So if you start, let's say, on this C, which is the same note just over a few rows, and go up here, it's going to be diminished because every note goes up a minor third. So you've got your fifths. You've got your augmenteds. And you've got your diminish. So let's look at something like a major scale. You can start on any note, and the fingering will be exactly the same. So wherever my hand lands, let's say it lands on a C, I'll start the pattern. I'll just, just land on a note. Okay, G sharp, it's the same fingering. I'll land here, E flat. So anywhere you land, it's going to be exactly the same. Things like playing diminished scales are really fun on the AXiS because you can basically play, let's say, from here and go up a half step, which is the note directly over to the right. And then I go up actually on a diagonal, and I keep the pattern exactly the same. So it would look like this. And that's playing half step, then going up a whole step, and then half step. Diminished scale is half whole, or the other way around. And the other way around is fun as well on the AXiS, because I can play like from C to D, and then keep the same pattern and move up diagonally.